And we are back. So I am in a new gym today and I'm trying it out. It's called Kings in Brighton. They are opening tomorrow. They're just doing a soft launch from what the guys have told me, and entry is actually free. So no cost to me. However, I might be finding my new gym, and from the looks of things, I'm gonna like it a lot. There's a whole lot of new equipment, and the dumbbells go all the way to 80 kilos, which is an aspiration for me to get to. I'm gonna get into my workout with my mate Zane over here. Ha! Zane, we're gonna do an upper session, so it's gonna be chest, back, and a little bit of arms at the end. Unless you want to start with arms.
No, I want to start with chest.
Cool. The clap is loud, bruv.
So, like I said, this was an upper session where me and Zane really tried to go as hard as we could, trying to test out as much or as many of the new toys as we could. So we said, let's start off with the conventional flat bench press and really try and test ourselves, try to get our chest working as much as we could. Then we could start playing with the other toys that we had available to us. Now, I was not feeling too energetic, hadn't had too many carbs, and the sleep that I'd gotten wasn't fantastic either. But I still tried to load up the bar as much as I could and get as many reps as I could out as well, trying to go to failure for most, if not every single movement. Now, if I wasn't going for failure, I was trying to get maybe one rep in reserve. But if you're trying to maximize your strength gains and your hypertrophy, just go all the way to failure. Now, before we started on the other machines, I was just noticing what was better and what felt different in this gym. Now, you can find a flat bench in any gym that you go to, but I don't know why, but this one was beyond comfortable and felt super, super nice. My thinking was, if this is how good a flat bench press feels, how good is the other stuff going to feel going into it? And when we went to T-bar rows right here, my hunch was correct because this felt amazing as well. The chest pad was perfect. The foot plate moved up and down pretty nicely. And we played around with the settings and my God, this thing works super well. Now, I haven't T-bar rode for a long time because the T-bar rode that I had in my previous gym was just one that sat on the side of a power rack and was unsupported. There wasn't any chest support, which made it a more taxing exercise. I couldn't really just focus on my upper back, and loading it was a bit more of a pain. However, with this one, everything's set up for you, and the range of motion is fantastic. The grip feels great, and most importantly, the bar path feels great on my upper back. There is only one complaint that I've got, and it's that the grips don't rotate. However, when I'm using my wraps, I can sort of jig it around and make them feel a little bit tighter, so my grip isn't going to be a limiting factor going forward. Now, this is something you only pick up over using bits of machinery or equipment a few times in a row and figuring out how best works for you. And I understand it's going to be teething pains with certain bits of equipment here and there in this new gym, bits I haven't used before, or bits that are just designed slightly differently to the way that they might have been in my last gym, or the kit that I've used previously elsewhere. What would have been nice actually is if I had Zane here to bounce some ideas off and see what he was feeling about the gym and the bits of kit that we were using. Maybe next time, who knows? But back to the equipment. The equipment feels fantastic, and the vibe was a little bit off during the session, obviously because of how empty it was and the massive gaps where new bits of equipment are going to be put in. But one thing that really brought the vibe back was the music. The music selection is really, really good, and it beats most other commercial gyms that I've ever been in. That's not a hard bar to pass, but it's still a noticeable change, which I'm really appreciative of. After we hit the T-bar row, we went into an incline press, and this felt amazing. However, it didn't get quite as low as I would have liked it to have gotten at the bottom of the movement. Nevertheless, it was super smooth. This weight stack went pretty heavy, or heavy enough for me, but I can definitely see it running out of room for a lot of the guys that I can imagine are going to start coming to this gym. But there are plenty of other plate-loaded and heavier machines that are available here. Straight after our incline press, we went into Smith machine low rows, and these felt amazing because, again, the equipment's new, the Smith machine feels super smooth, and it just feels super nice because it's not worn out yet. And I don't think it's going to get worn out anytime soon because I've spoken to a couple of the guys that work there, and they've got I think what I can see is the hunger to just to keep this place as nice as possible for as long as possible. Now, this exercise feels great already, making sure my lower lats and my mid back are getting enough work. But the fact that the Smith machine feels that much better was just the cherry on top of the cake for me. After this set, I really wanted to move on and try out some more back machines, but I'd already hit most, if not all, of my back with everything that I'd done so far, and I was sort of running out of energy. And I just knew I had to be a bit patient and just wait until my next session to just try out everything that was available to me. So to round off the session, me and Zane wanted to jump into some arms. We were walking over to the bicep machine, but we ended up seeing this seated dip machine and just said, let's jump on. We did a few sets here and it was a really enjoyable machine to use, really easy to load, really nice to get settled in. The knee power was fantastic, and you can go both facing the plates and away from them. When you're facing away, you've got a seatbelt available so that you don't get lifted up by any absurd weights that you're lifting. But this is one I'm definitely going to throw in the mix every once in a while. I think I need to get used to it a little bit because I was lifting up a little bit when I was facing this way, and this is the way I like to face on this machine now, I think. Obviously, we played around and warmed up and did a few different configurations on how we like this machine. And of course, I landed on this way of pressing being my favorite. So we'll see and we'll tinker a little bit more and see how I can make it better for myself. What would be fantastic though, I think, would be if this machine wasn't attached in the middle and either side moved independently. A small complaint, not huge. We can move past it though. Straight after those seated dips, we went onto a preacher curl. Now, that dip machine in the middle there is flanked by two different preacher curl machines. One is a pin-loaded stack. The other is a plate-loaded machine, which we're on right now. This is the one I preferred. This is the one I liked a hell of a lot more. And it actually gave me a little bit more range of motion. When you're at the bottom of the movement on the other one, you are tapping the stack at the bottom and you're sort of just dead stopping and taking the tension off your bicep. On this one, it's a whole lot easier to not do that and to keep as much weight and tension on your bicep as possible. Again, the machine felt really smooth. The resistance profile felt pretty consistent and there wasn't any point where it got super easy or super hard, making it really easy to be consistent with my effort throughout the set. I'm sure Zane would say the same thing. It looked like he was having some good sets and going all the way to failure as well. Again, I wanted to be a little bit greedy and do some more sets with another exercise for biceps, but at this point of the workout, we were so spent and Zane needed to run off to work that we just said, okay, let's get a pose down in and then wrap it up.
Okay, so that is the session done. We had a whole lot of fun. Zane's gone to work. I'm luckily off today. And yeah, I tried out a lat pull down machine just now and I'm definitely going to be doing that on my next upper day or my next back day. I like this gym a lot. I think I'm signing up right now. I'm going to get changed, head downstairs, talk to the guys at the front desk and get myself a membership today. It feels like a good change is coming and hopefully we get bigger and better from here. I've got 6 more weeks on this cut and this feels like a good place to try and finish it off. After that, gonna go into a gaining phase and see how big I can get. We are gonna definitely try and slap on as much meat as possible. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video and I will see you guys next time.